The Euston Tower, everybody, a green gold masterpiece in my opinion. Not everyone's cup of tea, but I do enjoy it, and it lies on Euston Road, just to the north of central London. What I'm going to do this afternoon is give you a tour of hidden Fitzrovia district in central London. We'll just get across the Tottenham Court Road and I'll introduce the walk. I started with the Euston Tower because it's always been one of my favourite buildings. It's not exactly everyone's cup of tea, but for me it's like a marker, sort of a marker for central London. So whenever I've been in a car approaching it, to me it's the start of central London, and the actual building itself, the way the light hits the Euston Tower, and especially the way that you often see reflected in its face the post office or the GPO tower, which is close by. So to me the building is continually changing in its appearance, in different weathers, in different seasons, etc. This tallish tower you can see bang in the centre of your picture is Centre Point, which I think was built in 1968, presumably marking the actual geographical central point of the city. It's an interesting building. I think in the past it did contain either a rumour or in fact connections to the British Secret Service, MI6, something of that nature. But I believe it had some occupancy problems and was vacant for several years, and now it's being reinvigorated because of course it lies just above Tottenham Court Road station, which is going to be part of the Crossrail. But yeah, so I think the future could be quite interesting for Centre Point. But what I'm going to show you just now is a little bit of detail on the Tottenham Court Road, one of the sort of main arteries in and out of London. And here you've got Goodge Street Station, which has got some nice detail there. Show you that old-fashioned sign there. And yeah, I do like these Art Deco style lights there. This place always piqued my curiosity. Just here, it's the London Scientology base. It's closed now, and it has been closed for a while. When I was first exploring and checking out central London in the mid-90s, it was always open, the doors were always open. It was a real sort of feature on the Tottenham Court Road, but yeah, there seems to be less activity in recent times. Not sure why. Yeah, just I should add that I'd never felt any need to go inside and explore further, which is unlike me, because I do often check everything out sort of as and when I come across it, but didn't really grab me, and I didn't investigate further. Scientology, of course, famous primarily because of the Tom Cruise and, to a lesser extent, the John Travolta connection. So it's so I don't have a firm view either way on it. It's controversial, and I keep an open mind on the subject of Scientology. Certainly, Tom Cruise himself is a bit of a remarkable man. Does not seem to age, and he seems to always be up for performing his own stunts in his various action films. So yeah, so certainly he has something that, shall we say, is a bit more than the ordinary man has. But beyond that, your guess is as good as mine. Now, as I said at the beginning, we're doing today the sort of hidden Fitzrovia, or some of the back streets, and got to show you this place, which is pretty interesting, which is Pollys Toy Museum. And then you can see there's a character up there, which is interesting. To show you the side of it. And this is Scala Street, and you've got some pretty decent sort of old-fashioned children's toys there. So like a bit of that. Harlequin, that's it. I couldn't think of the name of the character with sort of striped trousers and striped arm, but I think the name is Harlequin. But there's some sort of interesting sort of details there. I mean, the only toys I was ever interested in personally was the Star Wars figures. Was a big collector of those. Like this plaque here, not seen this before. Brighter London Award 1973, which is my year of birth, and that was given by the Evening Standard and Deluxe Paints or something, I'm not sure. So yeah, so a pretty interesting place there, Pollys Toy Museum. And as on most of my videos, we do a sort of architectural emphasis, and just absolutely love those details there in the windows. It's really special. And then over the other side, you've got this Pollux theatrical print warehouse, obviously connected to it as well. Let's perhaps have a look at some details there. Just showing you there. So this business dates back to the 1850s. So yeah, pretty nice place. Let's have a look around here. This is an area called Fitzrovia, which has a lot of famous literary connections, and does adjoin Bloomsbury, which is the area lying the other side of the Tottenham Court Road. So There's Heel's department store, and that's Tottenham Court Road. So this side of it is Fitzrovia, and then the other side is Bloomsbury. But just show you that nice Christmas decoration. And up here you've got this, I'll have to zoom out showing you this fabulous mural that covers the whole of one side of the building or the block. And then you've got the GPO or post office tower just up there, which I'll zoom you up. That's an iconic building of London. So that's that. Pretty nice. So let's head off and just explore really some of the quieter, less traversed streets of Fitzrovia. I don't think I introduced it in the video, but it is Friday, December the 18th. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So 1 week before Christmas. So just showing you some of the different aspects of this area. Yesterday I was exploring parts of Oxford Street, Baker Street, Mayfair, etc., and there was plenty of sort of festive lights, plenty of Christmas atmosphere, so really enjoyed that. Didn't actually record yesterday, so plan to go back to that area before all the lights and decorations come down, so I can show you a bit of that. So we've come out here. So this is Tottenham Street and Charlotte Street. Let's go over here. Yes, Fitzrovia is a square almost, which is bordered to the north by Euston Road, to the east by Tottenham Court Road, to the west by, shall we say, Regent Street, and to the south by Oxford Street. And this is interesting. This is called the Fitzrovia Neighbourhood Centre. It has now closed, and where you see these wooden boarded up windows, there were lots of community notices advertising different aspects of the community. I mean, there's a small amount left, just showing you sort of what's there. Fitzrovia Play Association, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I mean, it's now probably going to be turned into a Pret or a Starbucks. But have a look at this mural there. That's sorry, Sturby there, just filming the mural. And that's a great one there, the GPO tower. Just links to this part of London. Big Simon Bolivar there. Karl Marx, maybe? No, I think someone else. And I know who that is, but as I can't pronounce his name, I'm not going to attempt it. Anyway, that's stupid me, it has the names here. Yes, the black gentleman was Olaudah Equiano, who wrote about his experiences as a slave in the 18th century. Mary Stopes, she's got connections to medicine. Simon Bolivar, as I said, sort of South American revolutionary, and some other bits there. I'm not going to go into it. Yeah, that's Virginia Woolf. And over here you've got this sort of plumbing supplies, just like these sort of unique independent businesses. But there's a whole lot of construction going on in Fitzrovia, so places such as that community centre just over there, that's all going to disappear. Just a sign of the times. Now there's something a bit special around here that I'm going to show you, which is this blue plaque here, and I'll zoom it up there, and you can see it says young Charles Dickens twice lived in this house, 1815 to 16 and 1828 to 31. A few doors from the Cleveland Street workhouse, and this was Charles Dickens' first London home. So what we need, of course, is to see it just from the other side of the street to get a better look. And you can see it's late 18th century, early 19th century in style. But this is quite a nice little place. This is called Pearson Square. We'll go along here. Yeah, these are much more recent residential developments, and there's quite an attractive sort of landscaped area in the centre here. So in terms of convenience and sort of city living, this is certainly a very attractive development, and I can show you the sort of sculpture they've got here, which is a bit unusual, and it says "The One and the Many" by Peter Randall Page, 2015, and it's just pretty attractive all round, really. Got these Christmas decorations up. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that sculptor, so can't give you any more information about him. There's something I just have to show you over here, which is this green plaque here, which is referencing Olida Equiano, who showed you his image in that mural just 10 minutes or 5 minutes ago. So you can read that information. And there's something pretty special, which is just there. This building is now a school, but you can see there's some writing on the wall there. I think we need to just go further back to read it, and it's, I can see the word furniture there. Let's backtrack a bit. Yes, something, yes, second-hand furniture, antiques, something there. Again, not wearing my glasses, but the building is just to me interesting. Your sort of 19th century school there with the GPO tower up there. I didn't mention the temperature. It's about 10 Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit, and luckily has now stopped raining, so I took the opportunity to do a quick hidden or secret Fitzrovia. And this sort of modern building on the right is a firm of architects, I believe. So Fitzrovia, despite being an extremely central part of the city, is quite majorly residential. I think you would need some money or connections to be able to live here, but so, yeah, certainly an extremely convenient location. I imagine the parking arrangements could be problematic, but why drive if you're living right in the middle of central London?
Them wraps or what she has on? What she had on?
And in fact, I think there's not a lot of interest up there. Let's go back here. Just trying to think where there's some interesting blue plaques, because certainly many of these streets have had famous house owners, famous residents. But I have to show you this. This is a former public toilet, and you can see that it's actually a bit beautiful with the I'll step back here, with the sort of lattice work there. It's got the inscription there of the makers. Comforts Princess Risborough in Buckinghamshire, and it's just a bit unusual. What's happening with it now is actually converted into a sort of takeaway coffee kiosk called the Attendant. Interesting choice of word there, being a play on the gentleman who would sort of look after you whilst you're spending a penny, shall we say. But yes, it's certainly something you don't see every day, so appreciate that. So where shall we go now? There's some pretty trees just there. Let's go down Great Titchfield Street. And yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Really made an effort there. Sort of liking the Father Christmas over there. And yeah, pretty nice. There are some interesting little muse streets off of some of these roads, just trying to think where they are. Let's go up here. This is quite attractive. This is called Middleton Place. And in better times, this pub on the left was one I did frequent. It's called the Yorkshire Grey and had some very cheap and delicious beers from the Tadcaster brewery in Yorkshire, and it had some great details inside on the glasswork, on the woodwork, etc. So that's closed today and possibly forever. It's a shame. It was part of the Samuel Smith's brewery, and just point you down there. Straight in front of you is the state broadcaster, the BBC, which I can tell you that I absolutely detest, and did in fact get rid of my television license. Well, I mean, does one need it in 2020? There's so much available to watch online, YouTube, etc., and everything else. So it seemed, even if one didn't disagree with their politics, it just seemed a bit anachronistic to to warrant paying for a license fee. Delicious smell from that bakery there of sort of biscuits being baked, etc. So what I need to show you is some of the sort of quirky muse passageways, etc. off in Fitzrovia, off of some of these main streets. So let's see what we can find. I mean, normally the last Friday lunchtime before Christmas, you'd see a lot of activity. There'd be drinking and dining, maybe some dancing, but none of that now. But that's quite interesting. H.T. Harris Delicatessen, La Casa del Panino, the home of bread since 1893, and you can see just above it the old, the great Titchfield Street sign. So that's nice. The house of bread, I should say, more accurately, rather than the home of bread. And we're now on Mortimer Street. Let's see, Wells Street, and go along here. So once again, if you do like this video and you want to see more of the same, more of different London districts, the back streets, then do check out my channel, Kent Davidson Urban Adventures. And just have to show you that Nassau Street, like the name Nassau, of course, the capital of the Bahamas in the Caribbean. I was watching a very decent YouTube video last night. An American guy in New York had arranged a collaboration with a Midtown hotel, and he was basically doing a live stream from his hotel window, filming the New York sunset, looking sort of south across the city towards the downtown. Let's go down here, Fitzrovia Place, see what's along here. And he mentioned various future projects, including his desire to do a 3-month stint in the British Isles. So I wish him well with that project, and I imagine there'll be some great videos to come from that project. And in fact, we've come round the back of where I was about 10 minutes ago, so had not intended to do that, but yeah, this part of Fitzrovia tend to get turned around a bit, not always sure which way I'm facing, but we'll go back out this way.
Is it in here?
Let's try going down here. So back where we were, that's Charles Dickens' first London house. So you're probably getting an idea of the character of Fitzrovia. It was most heavily residential, and the style of building was mostly 19th century. Big apartment blocks, flats, etc., dating from that period, but with a now and again spotted earlier 18th century heritage. But as you can see now, there's a lot of office development and I would say not retail space, but more accurately business commercial space. Although I imagine many of these projects were begun sort of before the current economic crisis. This is interesting. This is Mr. Fogg's House of Botanicals, which is a pub chain, and again boarded up windows, which is a real shame because the window displays are usually pretty impressive there. So yeah, that's just the real shame there. I mean, it's all boarded up there, the windows. It was billing itself as a revival of the gin palace of the 19th and early 20th century, in which London gin was world famous, and gin was certainly a popular drink in Britain at that time, holding the moniker Mother's Ruin. Charlotte Place. This is another little interesting London side street, and that's quite attractive there. Dino's Deli. Yeah, there's I would say definitely an Italian feel here to Paolo Ristorante. This is an interesting corner here, Rathbone Street, and show you this corner pub tucked away there, Duke of York. Again, completely empty. Nice stenciling work way up there. Oh, that's interesting. Rathbone Boxing Club open. Fight together. I am a huge fan of boxing, but don't know how you would observe the 2 meter social distancing in that sport, although I'm certainly not one that could care less about social distancing. That's kind of interesting. As always, I'm going to poke around where I'm probably not wanted, but if it appeals, I'll go there. And this is something of interest here, the Newman Arms, and see Truman's brewery since 1666, handmade pies and pints. And then got to show you this Percy Passage, and it's kind of interesting. And off we go. Ancient lights. The way I see it is you just have to come down these sort of side streets, especially anything with cobbles, would get a look in my book. And loving the detail there, the light there. And just the back of various commercial premises and some nice brickwork on the end there. And then looking up the GPO tower there. So, hope you enjoyed the tour. We've nearly done 45 minutes exploring hidden and secret Fitzrovia. So I shall sign off now and just once again remind you to check out all my other stuff at Kent Davidson Urban Adventures.